Let's go to Statesboro now and talk a little Georgia Southern. Clay Helton uh, thrives on change. Roster kind of seems like it overturns offensively, much like another Helton at Western Kentucky. They just are comfortable being uncomfortable, it seems. And this year on offense, it's no different. They were comfortable being uncomfortable last year as that bowl streak nearly came to an end. They hard charged down the stretch. So, what are we talking about with the Eagles and their outlook here in the Eastern Division?
I actually think Georgia Southern is one of my early favorite pet cat teams. I'm really excited about what Helton's going to have on the field this fall. He does need to find a new starting quarterback. J.C. French transferred up to Cincinnati after Sorsby left for Texas Tech. He has three options coming in, a couple returnees, Weston Bryant and his son Turner Helton, and then Max Johnson coming over for I think like year 7 or 8 of his college career. He did not get the memo that the NCAA wants to cut down on older guys in the ranks. He is giving it one more go, and I think if he's healthy, I think he can be a really solid quarterback in this league, and I think that this offense is going to work well for him. The question is, of course, the health. He has had what I think 3 or 4 of his 7 seasons cut short by injury at this point, so he's not a guy that you can go into a season relying on. And I think having two guys that have been in the system, a guy literally in the family in Turner Hilton's case, as other options are going to be really nice contingency plans there if the Max Johnson transfer doesn't work out. They're going to have a lot of talent on offense. They got 4 former 4-star wideouts in the portal from different various P4 ranks. And they also just have a lot of talent in the backfield as well. So OJ Arnold's gone in the backfield, but they do have David Medigna, who had over 4 yards per carry over the course of his career. And then he also has a true freshman, Ty Cummings, who I think could be a breakout star this year. It's the 7th highest ranked recruit in program history. So big opportunity for an instant impact there. And then over on the defensive side of the ball, they have one of the best playmakers in the whole Sun Belt as well in MJ Stroud. So 6.5 sacks last year, 15.5 tackles for loss. I think that there's a really strong core here that could have Georgia Southern pushing for not just bowl eligibility, but if they can knock off one of the big guys, they're going to be right there in the thick of this division title race.
Well, speaking of knocking off one of the big dogs, this schedule is challenging, right? It's one thing to have a lot of talent. It is another thing to execute on Saturdays and stack up those wins. Tell me a little bit about this schedule that begins with a road trip to Clemson.
Yeah, it's Clemson, Jacksonville State, both on the road in non-conference. They have a home game with Houston, who is one of our favorites in the Big 12. Just a weird G6 hosting a Power 4 team there, but the league play is really, really difficult. They open at Coastal. That's going to be a pivotal game, it feels like, for both teams. They do get JMU at home, but they do go to Old Dominion. And they get Troy and Louisiana Tech from the West, who for my money might be the 2 best teams in that division. So the talent is going to be there. And I think that they are going to be maybe better than their record shows. I know we like to say that you are what your record says you are, but I think they are going to, if they finish 7 or 5 and 8 and 4, you might walk away thinking, man, that could be the best team in this league and the most complete team in this league. They just had a brutal gauntlet to run.